Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be previewing yet another DLC for Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. This time we're going back to the future with the DeLorean Motor Company, the DMC-12. Bloody hell, look at this thing. You know what's funny? These cars are accurately modeled, so you can see how sort of short and wide it is compared to something like the Maserati, for example, over here. But of course, this was supposed to be sort of a sports car, the DeLorean, the DMC-12. Funny thing, you know why it was called a DMC-12? Here's the trunk, because of course the engine is in the back. And yes, the outside is brushed aluminium. I believe it was aluminium anyway, yeah. Funny thing, do you know why it was called the DMC-12? Because the intended first price was $12,000. Of course, this is in 1981 when it went into production. And then I think the actual price later was $25,000, which I think is equivalent to about $64,000 today, which is a little bit ridiculous, but there you go. It's a sports car. It's a V6, almost 3 liters. Woeful performance, unfortunately. But of course, in Car Mechanic Simulator, as you can see, everything works. The engine cover, the hood. You can get into the car, of course, the gull-wing doors, which do present a challenge. They actually solved the problem of the weight of the gull-wing doors by, I think, cryogenically treated torsion bars or something like that, I read. Which, like space technology. But anyway, it was the 1981, so no actual great space technology, although we did have space technology by then, but no car space technology. Anyway, of course, I can't really bash this car because it's just so famous, mostly because of Back to the Future, where, Doc Brown and the others go, well, to the past and to the future. My favorite, of course, the second one, because they go to the future, because the future is cool. And let's actually put this on the lifter. And, yeah, and they use the car, of course. There's no flux capacitor in here, and there's no Mr. Fusion and other stuff back here, which would be kind of cool, really. But yes, you need to get to 88 miles per hour to go through time. Unfortunately for the DeLorean, for the DMC-12, well, 0 to 60 was not great, despite the big V6. Of course, to the Americans, a 2.8 something liter V6 probably sounds like a tiny, tiny little engine. To us Europeans, that's quite large. But, despite the fact that it had a V6, a 2.8, 2.9 V6, non-turbocharged, of course, because back then, not really a lot of turbocharged cars, that much anyway, especially not the big V6s and V8s. There's the engine. I think it had a 9.5 something seconds to 60 miles per hour, or 100 kilometers per hour, and with an automatic it had 10.5 seconds. So woeful performance. Later on, they actually decided they wanted more power, so what was it, Legend? They called Legend something. Let's actually test this car. Legend engines or something like that, and they put 2 turbochargers on it, and they clocked it at 5.8 seconds to 100 kilometers per hour, or 60 miles per hour. There we go, accelerate to start. Anyway, the 5.8 seconds was definitely much better. Alright. Oh. Ah, crap, I started in second. Oh man, we're so fast! Yeah, that definitely wasn't 10.5 seconds, or 9.5 for the manual. But there you go. Losing torque there. Yeah, it's better to shift. 50! Yeah! I do like the dash. They really, did it justice, I think. Alright, just please don't crash. Please don't crash. Well, let's return to the garage, or garage. Also, maybe as another interesting thing, when you were buying the DMC-12, oh, this is the updated model, actually, because the first one didn't have the DeLorean up here. You only had two options. You know, today, when you're buying a car, you can select what kind of lights you want, whether you want, you know, this or that inside, whether you want leather, whether you want this, that, blah, 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 blah. But for the DeLorean, well, you could choose from manual or automatic, and whether you wanted gray or black interior. And that was it. Of course, you know, there was also, you know, options for the car dealers with floor mats and stuff, but, you know, that's minor stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's the DeLorean for the car mechanic simulator. You can work on this, you know, legendary car pretty much, which is funny because it's only really legendary because of Back to the Future. If it wasn't for Back to the Future, I think it would have been really forgotten pretty much because it, honestly, it was not a very good car, unfortunately. Overpriced, too slow, and yeah, just generally not great looking. I mean, you might bash me for this, but I don't think it's very good looking. But of course, we all love it and cherish it because it's been in Back to the Future. And I would have loved to see an option here, you know, when you were repairing the cars in Car Simulator, if at one point one of them actually arrived with Mr. Fusion and such in the back. I think they probably would need licensing for that and rights, but that would be funny as hell. So anyway, just like all the rest of the cars, you know, all the lights, the bumpers, the trunks, everything is replaceable. All the stuff in the car you can take off and on. There's no real reason for me to show you that, but you know, we might do it in our Let's Play. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. This has been MetalCanyon going back to the future with the DMC-12. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.